Welcome. Yes, you're in the new Providence. When niggas get to snapping like they got no common sense. When we approach with confidence, we go with confidence. Cause I'm consistent enough to throw the hardest to the fence.
Yeah, bitch, I'm on top of my game. So we can take my picture, put it in a superstar frame.
Now I get steady looks, cause I got heavy push. A playmaker with the rock, no Reggie Bush. Yeah, the Betty look kinda like a heavy book. They ready shook cause they already heard the hook.
Beer Bros, baby. Y'all know what time it is, man. We back in the building. Your weekly bad decision. I am Theo the Face. Y'all here with Fuzz Sports. Jay Reed's over there jugging, man. What's going on, Jay
Beer
Reed?
Bros.
Let's get
Salute,
it.
salute, salute. Let's get it. Let's get it.
All right, man. We right off in it, man. Go ahead and crack open that first game in this 6-pack.
Man, we got Tampa Bay eyeing down. Actually, just sliding right over to Nolans Shawty to take on the New Orleans Saints, man.
Mm-hmm.
And Tom Brady has been hunted ever since coming to Tampa Bay, going to New Orleans, man. I really do think somebody got a voodoo doll on that boy. Or they just threw roots on that boy. You said earlier, you talking about Giselle spaghetti. He can't be out here eating mom's spaghetti. So with that being said, man, let's jump right into the fantasy impact player of the game. Who do you think that's going to be, VO?
Man, you know who I think it's gonna be? I think it's gonna be the aforementioned, the always mentioned. You can't have a segment without mentioning Tom Brady. It's gonna be the GOAT, man. And he about to be out there spazzing out on people. I know you can't say spaz all the time, but I think he gonna spaz out on people. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna be wild. It's gonna be Tom Brady at his finest. They've been hitting the injury lineup with a whole bunch of questionables and a whole bunch of maybes and doubtfuls and stuff, but I really don't see a lot of that playing out. Then we starting to see how Tom Brady ran things in Tampa Bay with a younger, more impressionable coach. I could see him bringing that style down there and just saying, hey, say everybody's a little bit questionable. Keep them guessing, you know what I'm saying? I do believe you'll see all these people on the field, and Tom Brady will be the beneficiary of having all his talent at his disposal. Except for Godwin. I think Godwin might be out an extended period. But Tom Brady is going to be the fantasy impact of the player, but player of the game, but I bet you beg to defer.
Yeah, you're wrong. Because I got the boy, can't guard, Mike. He is back in the building. Last game, he played out of his mind, scored 2 touchdowns, the game-winning touchdown for the Saints versus the Atlanta Falcons, man. And I'm telling you right now, can't guard Mike is actually back and in full effect. Now, I have him tabbed out at 5 receptions, 53 yards, and 12 fantasy points. My boy's going all the way up over there, boy. I'm putting him at 8 receptions, 87 yards, and 2 touchdowns. He's going to play out of his mind. He's going to get the job done. He is the fantasy impact player.
Yeah, he's definitely a touchdown machine when he's available. We'll see if he could pay dividends for Jameis like he has for New Orleans over the years. As far as the spread on that game, we got Tampa Bay minus 2.5 on the road, so they are the favorites, and we got Saints plus 2.5 at home, plus 120 on the money line. Jay Reeves, what do you think about this game and how you picking it?
Man, what I think is about to happen here is New Orleans is going to just barely squeak by in this game. Maybe like a 1-2 point win, but I'm definitely taking New Orleans with the points. And actually, I'm going to go ahead and throw my heavies on it and go ahead and sprinkle a little bit on the money line for the New Orleans Saints.
Nah, man, I think this is the time, as if I hinted in my player of the game pick. I think Tom Brady shakes some of those demons he got out there. I think he's been eating a lot of people's spaghetti, and Giselle's probably one of them. But right now, much like the state that he's going to, he's ready to give him the boot. He's ready to give her the boot. You know what I'm saying? And I just see how that goes. He's going to give the whole narrative, and he's going to squash this one. Tom Brady comes away with a dub, at least by 7 points. So definitely by the spread. Next game on the schedule, Jay Reese, who you got for us?
Man, we got the Miami Dolphins traveling up to Baltimore, man, and I just want to jump right into my fantasy impact player. I'm going to tell you right out the gates, man, I got Tyreek Hill, man, 6 receptions, 78 yards, throw a couple end rounds up in there, man. We got him tabbing out at 17 points. I think he's going to go way above and beyond that, man. And actually, in Baltimore, 3 of their 4 starting corners are out, man, and, some rotational pieces. So Tyreek Hill may have a day. Who you got?
Man, you already know, man. Let me see you waddle waddle. Won't you shake it, shake it? Ooh, drop it, drop it. Ooh, break it, break it. You know what I'm saying? We taking it all the way to the South. And South Beach is where we gonna lie with my fantasy impact player today, but I deferred son to be the player on the other side of the field. Now, if you ask me who gives more opportunity, Tyreek Hill, absolutely. I can see him with 9, 10 receptions, but we can already see that Tua is not utilizing him in the same way the Chiefs are utilizing him. He's more of a possession receiver now, and he's shown that he's more than capable of being that. Jalen Waddle has become the person that's just cracking off pieces of the iceberg down there. He might be the lone reason for climate change. You know what I'm saying? He up there waddling all on the Arctic bricks. You know what I'm
that boy
saying?
good. That boy good.
That boy good, man, and he got a reason that that town is believing again that they got the best duo in the league. So I think that they're going to do magic Jalen Waddle over Tyreek Hill. As far as this game goes, I got to go ahead and go to the FanDuel app. Jay Reeves, what's a headline for this game you kind of looking for?
Another headline for this game, man, is do not sleep on Lamar Jackson. He got things rolling last week with the boy Rashad Bateman.
Mm-hmm.
Duvernay was out there catching passes, and Mark Andrews just out
Mm.
there doing his thing. Lamar Jackson looked real crispy in the passing game, and he didn't even really get to running that much. So he actually may be the sneaky impact fantasy player for this
Man,
game.
people turning down contracts and big bags in this game. But as far as the points go, we got the Ravens -3.5 at home and the Dolphins +3.5 on the road. I'm gonna go ahead and just say I'm gonna take the tuna with the points, +3.5. I see it being a close game, but I do kind of see the Ravens taking this one.
Yeah,
Give me the
man.
points up.
Man, I'm gonna have to ride with you, man. I'm gonna have to take the points because those cornerbacks,
Cheers.
those cornerbacks being out, like it's really scaring me off this game. This is actually a stay away game for your boy, but we're not staying away from no game. So I got Miami +3.5.
All right, man. Crack into that third game of the six pack.
Yes, man. This third game is a real spicy one. Some people may think it's lackluster, but there's about to be a lot of explosion, a lot of points in this game, man. We got the Indianapolis Colts, who looked real lackluster last week against the Texans, taking on Jacksonville, who looked real spunky, going up against the Washington Commanders. I call them
Mm.
commodes because they're like the outhouse. But anyways, man, with that being said, man, the fantasy impact player of this game, VO, give it to me. Give it to me. Give it to me.
Man, the player I'm gonna take in this game is the player that I took in the third round of the draft or fourth round of the draft. It's gonna be Gibby. I don't know when I got him, but it was like high value for Gibson, and I think Gibson's gonna ball out. The Commanders are going to
No,
keep this game
no, wait,
close,
my
and they're
bad.
going.
My bad, bro. I know I threw you off. Indianapolis versus Jacksonville.
I thought that's who Indianapolis was playing, but you led me the wrong way.
That's my bad.
And it's all right because sometimes players fuck up. You know what I'm saying? But as far as Jacksonville, I feel like they leading the league in disappointment. Let's make it about me since I started about me and you fucked me all up. I drafted Travis Etienne as well. And I'm just saying he might be leading the league in POTF. What is that? Points on the field. He just left points on the field, man. A lot to be desired. I seen a wide open touchdown pass on the first drive to him, just overthrown by Trevor Lawrence. He also dropped another one. He's definitely looking like a good receiver out the backfield, and his running back game is solid. But Robinson was definitely the lead contributor last week, but there was some points left on the field. So I'm going to say Travis Etienne's going to be my player this week. If he could just claim some of your points, you know what I'm saying?
Wrong. I got the boy Jonathan Taylor, man, and we got him statted out at 108 yards.
That ain't no Gibson. That ain't no Gibson.
108 yards, a
JT.
spicy tutty, and we got him at 23 points. I know sometimes my points don't add up with the numbers that I'm putting down for you, but you got to mix in receptions and all that good shit, man. Jonathan Taylor is unquestionably the number one running back in the league. Yes, you heard it here first. It is this man's time to take over. He's about to have a huge impact on this game. They about to stop playing with Matt Ryan because Matt Ryan look a little old and brittle out there. And then
Nah, man, honestly, they looked great against the Texans. Even though they came away with a tie, man, they dominated
that's
that game. I'm previewing the Texans looking at my Broncos upcoming matchup. And it was a really dominated game by them. Matt Ryan started looking like the old Matt Ryan in the second half. He was like blessing them. They just kind of gave up some of those big bleeders like my team did on Monday night, like the touchdown to Will Disley. They had 2 touchdowns to OJ Howard that kind of set them back, man. And if you could take some of those points off the field, I think Matt Ryan's going to look a lot better,
Okay.
not having to throw it 50 times this week. As far as the spread goes, what were you going to say?
Oh, no, man, just keep it rolling. What's up with the spread?
The spread minus 3.5 for the Colts on the road. I'm gonna go ahead and give up the points and take the Colts in this game.
Okay, let me tell you something right quick. What's Jacksonville on the money line? While you go ahead and look that up for me, man, I'm gonna let you know right now.
Plus 160.
The Colts have not won in Jacksonville since 2014, my man. I am taking Jacksonville plus 160 or whatever the hell you said on the plus money. I'm telling you, I'm throwing my onions on it. My onions.
That's what's up, man. I don't know. They ain't playing the Commanders, so I don't know what you think they about to pull off.
Mm-hmm.
Go into the crack open another one. I don't know if you can because you already fucking up the order. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Man, I got the Arizona Cardinals taking on the Las Vegas Raiders. And I'm going to go ahead and jump into my fantasy impact player on this game. It has got to be the boy Kyler Murray after that lackluster performance against the Kansas City Chiefs last week. Also, man, it's just funny. Like, on the other side, man, Devontae Adams was doing his thing. He almost looked like he was just with Aaron Rodgers, man, getting heavily peppered with targets, man. And I would say Devontae Adams, but I'm telling you, man, Kyler Murray has to step it up in this game. I got him tabbed out at 251 passing yards, 2 touchdowns, and 21 fantasy points. I think he takes it to the next level and gets 35 fantasy points in this game with a Russian tud. VO, where are you at?
I don't want to say it, man. I disagree with you again, man, and I don't even want to say this. And it's because I'm gonna go with the quarterback that plays for the Raiders. Like, man, I think, bro, did you watch last week's game? I heard a stat from Dan Orlovsky. There was 66 Chiefs plays that were ran last week. 33 of them were first downs. They're giving up 10 to 11-yard plays at an incredible consistency. That was the highest stat. Like, first downs, 50% of the time they're on the field, they're getting a first down. So these are drive extenders. These are heartbreakers. These are things that are wearing out your team. And you got an old team to begin with. That's why everybody goes to Arizona to play, because it's good on their knees, because it's warm. It's about to get hot out there. It's about to get real hot. And I do think that Arizona Cardinals will get smashed by the Raiders and give up a bunch of points. Waller, Renfro, Devontae Allen will all eat, and Carr will be the chef, and he's going to be cooking it up out there.
Yes, sir.
All right, that line in that game is Arizona Cardinals plus 5.5 points traveling to the desert of Las Vegas, plus 198 for the Cardinals. Jay Reese, who you picking?
Give me that plus 5.5. Arizona, let's go. Bounce back. Bounce back game is strong.
Give me plus 5.5 for the Cardinals. I'm not picking the Raiders.
All right, man.
I'm not. So, all right, now crack open another one, man. Cheers.
Salute. Man, we on to the next game, man. We got the Houston Texans going up against the Denver Broncos. Real lackluster performance by the coaches last week in Seattle with the clock management. Bad decisions, kicking the 64-yard field goal. But hey, man, that's neither here nor there. They're about to have a huge bounce back game against the Texans. And if they don't, then guess what, VO? It's going to be time to push the panic button. But Denver has a really good chance of winning this game simply because when they're playing their first home game, a team coming over to this altitude in the second half is real tough for them to keep up, especially being the Texans playing in a full overtime game with the Colts. So come second half, Denver may just roll these fools. And my fantasy impact player of the game is going to be the boy, Russell Wilson. Yes, we're going right back to him. 247 passing yards, 2 touchdowns. Got him tabbed out again at 21 fantasy points. But no. That's not good enough for me. I'm going to tell you right now, Russell's about to drop a hot 30-piece on their ass, man. impact player turn this game all the way on his head. Who you got?
Yeah, man. I see that and I can understand that, man. But I'm gonna side with you as it's gonna be a Bronco that it is. But I think the Bronco that's gonna be is the dime, man. I think Jerry Judy, man. Last week he looked special, man. When he got his opportunities, he
Yes.
looked different, man. Like he looked different. Like
Yes.
when he has the ball, he looks like DK was like kind of pushing around. Like he looks different. You could tell he's an amazing fucking player, and I'm so excited to see what he's gonna do for the Broncos this year. And I think this might be his coming out party. Like you said, fatigue will set in for the Texans, and I do believe we'll probably hammer them and make it a very loud environment. And the fans are going to stay all the way through this one because they're going to enjoy this at least 14-point blowout.
Oh,
As far as the line's concerned, Jay Reeves, who are you taking in this game? They got the Broncos in its home opener against the Texans, giving up a chonky -9.5.
yeah, man. See, here's the thing with that number. It's a fat one. It's a fat one.
Mm-hmm.
But I wouldn't take it if it was -10.5. Just because they just got you right there in the middle, man. But -9.5 is really good because it's under 10. -6.5, -2.5. We talked about this, you know what I'm saying?
All under 10.
Gambling.
And that was our numbers section. That's what we do without Cody.
I'm telling
Those
you.
numbers are all under 10.
No, I'm just saying. I'm just saying, like gambling 101. These are the numbers that you want to take. You don't want to take -3.5. You don't want to take -7.5. But -6.5, -2.5, -9.5. I think they beat them by 10 to 14 points, like you said, man. Easily, man. I'm taking the Broncos on mine. Let's go.
All right, man. We struggle with covering tight ends. We always have and gave up stuff. Hopefully OJ Howard don't go another 2 tutties on us. If they do, then we're gonna have to crack open a fifth one.
OJ the
Cheers,
juice, man.
Jay Reeves, man. Crack open that fifth one.
Salute. Actually, brother, I think this is the 6th one. I think we made it to the end of the road, man.
And you lose count when you get towards the end. That's what happens. Cheers.
Salute,
Cheers.
crushing this 6-pack, man. And we're gonna go to dun, 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 dun.
Dun, 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 dun.
Monday night, man. They got 2 spicy games, man. The Buffalo Bills taking on the Tennessee Titans, but we're going to push to that second game because there's a lot of star power, a lot of fantasy impact in this game, man. We got the Minnesota Vikings taking on the Philadelphia Eagles, man. And there is so much star power in this game. I'm telling you, that boy Justin Jeff showed his ass last week against Green Bay, man. And he said in the offseason, he was like, damn, I see how Cooper Kupp got so open. And there was times where Justin Jefferson was running around, looking around for somebody to tackle him, and there was nobody in sight.
Did he show his ass, or did they just lose one of like a top 1 receiver?
How do you do that?
Receiver.
But how do you do that?
Like there was nobody around him. There was times
he's like looking around like, is somebody going to tackle?
Like, oh shit, he looked so surprised on that touchdown run.
Yeah.
He was like, nobody's here.
Nobody. But man, with that being said, man, and I'm telling you, like the boys, the Philadelphia Eagles, man, that's a tough team to contend with. I like how the boy Miles Sanders trolled a little bit. He's like, you know what? You think I suck? Don't put me on your fantasy team then. I don't want to be on your fantasy team. I was like, okay, no problem. Let me go get Kenneth Gainwell.
Yeah, he scored a touchdown in 2 years.
Let me go get Kenneth Gainwell. Let me go get Boston Scott. But still, all 3 of them got it done. Jalen Hurts got it done. The boy A.J. Brown showed up with a huge fantasy impact on the game. But who I have tabbing in for this game is the boy chefing up in the kitchen, Dalvin Cook, man. We got Dalvin Cook sitting at 77 yards, a tud, and 18 points. Man, I'm going to take it. I'm going to take it to another level, man. I think Dalvin Cook has an awesome day, even though that front 7 of the Philadelphia Eagles is pretty nasty. But I don't know if you've seen what those backs did to him and Jamal Williams and the boy, who am I missing? Because he just took over his spot.
Swift.
Yes, he was looking real swift out there. They scored a combined like 3 rushing touchdowns, man. So I think Dalvin Cook may just have a heyday, man. I'm taking him up to 25 points, man. Dalvin Cook is my impact fantasy player, man. Cracking off the last of the 6-pack. Who you got, VO?
Man, Cheers. I agree with you, man. Like I think you got this one right. Dalvin Cook's probably the man to watch out for in this game. That run defense was looking sus for the Eagles. But let me tell you this, man. Can since I agree with you, can I just drop a hot take?
Go ahead.
Just a hot take. Hold on, I gotta walk up. I think the NFC representative is playing on Monday night in this game. I think either the Eagles or the Vikings are going to represent the NFC
I like that.
in the
I like
championship
that. I
game.
like
I
that.
know
I
that's
like
a
that.
hot
That's
take,
a hot take.
but I would love to come back to this and just be like,
Yeah, I
"Oh,
said that.
I told
I
you,
said
man."
that.
Like they both look really good, man. And Kirk
Yes.
Cousins, man, was dropping them by the dozens.
Mhm.
Yeah, there was blown coverage. There was everything, but Kirk Cousins, man, he's not amazing, but he's Kirk Cousins. You know what I'm saying? He's like one of your cousins. He's always invited. He's always there. He can stay late. You'll never put him out because he's pissing you off. All right, I'm sorry. That was an
Hey,
inside joke.
hey,
But as
I
far
got
as
it.
that goes, but as far as that goes, man, I do think Kirk Cousins get it done. He's my fantasy impact player for this game, and I do think two sleeper cells for the NFC race. These two right here.
Hey,
I
man.
think I bet on either of
Hey
them.
man, before we get up out of here, man, I'm just gonna have to say, man, that is like such a beautiful mind that you have right now. I'm gonna have to
Oh, fuck around.
I'm gonna have to totally agree with you. My brain don't even tick like that. But hey, we're gonna watch some real explosions in this game, man. And I'm gonna have to agree with you on that, man. And with that being said, cheers, cheers, cheers. Salud,
Cheers,
salud,
man.
salud, salud,
Cheers.
salud.
Join us back
Beer
every week.
bro.
He agrees with me. If y'all disagree with me, comment below, man. Let us know why we was wrong. We cracked open a whole 6-pack. Make sure if y'all fuck with us, subscribe to the channel so you stuck with us. Beer Bros, y'all know what time it is.
Splash.